Yeah. Buffalo Fanatics. It's Don Brown. Yeah. I'm a fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Just like Rico, going live, talking to my people. Cause the team's driven like West Hurt. Other teams can't, it's a repo. The opponents gotta call up Triple O. Bills Mafia, we heating up, we too electrical. We got Bean the Plug, electric show. We wired up, hit up Rico, he fired up. We know where we stand on the power ranking. Other teams fans in the comments.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy back at it again. Training camp begins tomorrow. Are we here for it? Are we excited? Are we looking forward to finally seeing these guys strap on the pads and get to hitting, get to clacking? You guys, for those that have played football, for those that play contact sports, whether it's hockey, whatever contact sport there's certain contact noises from that specific sport that you hear that it's like, it's time, right? The plastic, the helmet hitting helmet. That's when let's get this thing going. There's no more thud. There's no thud happening, man. There's live action. Let's get it going. Just stay away from my damn quarterback. Just stay away from his legs. Stay away from his hands when he's following through. I ain't trying to hear nothing. We try to have a big time season this year so we can go into next year in the new stadium raising that banner, and it starts in training camp and it starts in practice. Yes, we talking about practice. What we talk about, coach? We talk about practice. Yeah. And if you practice hard, you know what time it is. That's when great things happen. So salute to everybody tuned in. Welcome to another edition of the Rico Report, brought to you by the Buffalo Fanatics. I got to get my juices flowing. I got to get things cracking so I can get myself hyped up for the season. So for those that are in the chat, are y'all headed to camp tomorrow morning? Are you guys going to be at St. John Fisher with the hand clappers? You know what I mean? With your little posters and your jerseys ready for signatures. We know what time it is, man. Every year it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And it's a renewed excitement. And it's crazy because we do this every year. You think it's just another one. It's just another one. But it's not, because this team is different. It's built a little different, right? When's the last time you had your quarterback come off a big time MVP year? You feel me? So your quarterback's fresh off MVP. We got some new pieces, new toys for our quarterback. So there's something to look forward to. So let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome for those that are tuning in. Listen, do me a favor, smash that like real quick. I know it's late. It's a late one, but it's not going to be a long one today. I promise you it's not going to be a long one. We got work to do in the morning. But because camp starts tomorrow, how do we not talk about it? And I'm probably going to be back live tomorrow to recap day one of camp and the rumblings that we're going to be hearing. Who looked good? Who looks sluggish? Who looks to be Josh's best friend? Who was absolutely disruptive on the defensive end that you have to pay attention? Is there a dark horse roaming among the Buffaloes, right? Who's that dark horse player on the team that ain't nobody talking about too much? But he's sitting there going like this. He's like Spice Adams, right? He's like, He's hiding behind that tree saying, hey, when you guys going to call my number? Because I want next. And we love that story. We've seen them before. We've seen them. You guys remember Duke Williams was my guy. He was my dark horse guy. And I was rooting for Duke like crazy. Everybody's like, yo, chill out, man. He all right. But I was like, no, he's more than all right. He ended up being all right. But he captured our hearts. You know what it is, man. We've had guys come in on this team that really light it up or really set the tone somewhat. And we say, all right, he could be that guy to make the team. He could be that guy to make the team. I mean, we had that little British cat that came to the Bills, the little running back. I can't remember his name. His name's is eluding me. The rugby player, he came in and he was lighting it up. And we're like, yo, could he? Will he? And it turns out it wasn't. Christian Wade, thank you. Christian Wade came out and lit the skies up, right? He took one cut up the field. We're like, wait a minute now he could be nah, bro. It was just nice to see. It was preseason. Every time there's that one player that lights it up for us, and we pound the table, if you will. Who's that player going to be that you're going to pound that table like, yo, that might be the guy? I'm going to tell you right now, with guys on PUP, guys that are nursing some injuries, I've said this name before. I'm going to say it again. I was excited when we drafted him, and I'm excited now for him. Solomon, Javon Solomon. He has an opportunity. He has a grand opportunity to make some noise in this camp. So let's get right into the show, folks. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me get my man's Big Papa Bill in the building. He says, yo, we got to get to the red helmets. Let's get to the red helmets. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been, yes, it's out there. It's out there for everyone to consume. We've been clamoring. My boy Z-Bot has been asking for this for years. He was in the group chat like, yo, if they mess around and they don't do it to us, how could they do this to us? How could you? I'm just like, yo, Z-Bot, just chill out, bro. Chill out. No, I can't chill out, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been approved. It's happening. The red helmets make a return. How exciting is that? They make a return to the Buffalo Bills, and fans, you get to rejoice and bask in the red helmets. And we're going to be rocking the red helmets for all 18 games. Oh, just coming in? No, not 18 games? Well, how many games are we going to be rocking them for? Just one. Week 18. Wow. What you kidding? Listen, as much as I love my Buffalo Bills, and as much as I appreciate that they've given the fans a little something to, to nibble on, and they go out and tell you, oh, by the way, it's only going to be for one game. What? To me, in my opinion, this should have been your opportunity to say, we love you, Buffalo Bills fans. We love you, Bills Mafia. And because you guys have been showing us so much love, even when we went through the 17 years of getting our asses beat by New England, you stuck through it with us. You stuck through it after Kelly. You stuck through it through quarterback after quarterback after quarterback. You name it. He probably played for us, for crying out loud. Kevin Cobb, Holcomb. Give me one that McCown. Look, we could go on. But the point I'm trying to make is this. The Buffalo Bills had a grand opportunity to say, you know what, we're going to let y'all rock with those red helmets all year long. They said, nah, you only get one game, and it's week 18. Now, I'll say this. You finally get your red helmets, but how corny is having it week 18? Because week 18 comes along, and if we're handling business the way we're supposed to handle business, Josh is not going to be touching the field. The guy that you want to see don the helmet, the guy with the uniform, it's not just the helmet. It's the helmet with the uniform. I ain't trying to see my quarterback on the sideline rocking them uniforms. Not the same. I want to see him whipping that thing around the yard. I want to see him hurdling a cat. I want to see him run through a linebacker with the red helmets on. Nah, you get week 18, where it's gonna be Shane Bueller or Shane Buechele, whatever his name is, right? It's gonna be throwing the rock. Really? Nah, bro. Nah, they dropped the ball there. They dropped the ball slightly there. Week 18. Hey, take what we can. Now, I do have a bit of a hot take. You want to call it a hot take or not? With all the news about these red helmets and how excited everybody is and woohoo, and social media is a buzz. For all this hoopla around these helmets, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I don't know if anybody feels the same as me. I might make some enemies, but the helmets are mid. The helmets are mid. With all the hoopla about these, you think it was like the second coming of the best helmet ever made. Yo, it's a red helmet. It's a red helmet with the buffalo. I just don't see what all the hype is all about. It's great. It's exciting. Well, I can understand why they said week 18. I can understand it. However, I do like the fact that they made the gesture of bringing the red helmets because it's something that the fans have been asking for years. And they finally do it. I just feel you could have gave it to us a little longer than just one game at the end of the season. Come on, son. Come on. They're nice helmets. They're nice. They're nice. They're just nice. They're just okay. They're mid. Ain't fire. Now, I am looking forward to this rivalry helmet that they have coming out. I have no idea what that's going to look like. I'm interested in seeing that. So if you hype this up, hype me up. Hype me up. Yo, if you hype me up for these red helmets and they're like, okay, you gave it to us week 18, these rivalry helmets that you got coming, you better put your foot in that design or whatever the heck you're going to do. Whether it's white and silver or this, that, and the third, I don't care what it is. It better be fire, especially because you didn't give the people the red helmets in the middle of the season or prime time. That would have been a moment to unveil the red helmets, not week 18. Womp, womp. And what's the big deal? I mean, I see a lot of these teams have all these alternate jerseys, multiple alternate jerseys, and the Bills are like, now we're going to hold on to our mid-red helmets, and we're going to make you ask for it and beg for it and claw for it, and we're going to give it up. But you're going to get it week 18 against the Jets. Are we playing the Jets in week 18? Whoever, it doesn't matter. The point is, we get it at the end of the season. Ugh. Folks, we could do better. Bills, whoever's in charge of making that decision, we could do better. You've had years to try to figure out how, if you're going to unveil this thing, you could have gave it to us Monday night. Shoot, you could have gave it to us week 1. You know what I mean? When all the bright lights are on the Bills against the Ravens, you could have gave it to us then. Nah, we're going to give it to you week 18. You get them week 18. Come on. You could have hooked us up with a little something. A little something. How do you guys feel? You guys sound off in the chat, man. How you guys feel about it? Are the helmets mid? I personally think they are. They're nice, but they ain't. I mean, it's one of those things where if you're going through your closet and you're like, you know that shirt that you like? I mean, at one point it was hot. It was a thing. And then you're like, I don't know if it's trending anymore. let me skip on over to that. That's how I feel about it. It's a nice shirt. And then I can understand why they say, yeah, we'll do week 18. Maybe I'm tripping. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about them. Would you have loved to see a blue helmet, like a crazy nice blue helmet? Could that have been something? Could we have gone, I mean, with these rivalry helmets that are coming out, are they going to be black? Is it all rumor? Is it going to be silver and white? I don't know. I keep hearing all these things. We'll soon find out if it's true or not. Truth or not. We'll find out. By the way, shout out to my man Troy Gabrielson, member for 14 months. Let me give you some love, man. Give me some love. He said, here we go. Let's go, Buffalo. Hey, I feel it. I'm feeling it. I'm trying to get myself hyped up. My man Signified Nose in the building. What up, Sig? He goes, yo, I'm amazed we went to the red helmets, actually. Says, I really believe the silver and blue. I really believed about the silver and blue BS. It may not be BS. It may not be. We'll find out. Terry Pagula is such an... Come on, man. How you going to call Terry Pagula a bozo? He says, yo, Terry Pagula's an idiot, man, and allergic to good ideas. It really seemed like Pagula moved... it's a Pagula move not to go with the red. In my opinion, I highly doubt Pagula has anything to do with picking those helmets. It's somebody else. It's somebody else sitting here going, I don't get to make these decisions often, but when they give me that opportunity, I'm going to give it to them week 18. Just to mess with us. He had an opportunity. He or she had an opportunity to be a hero and give it to us early in the season. Give it to the fans early in the season. They said, nah, bro, you getting week 18. You get in that week 18 when people are like, I ain't trying to show up to that game. Now, did it do it strategically to say, hey, they're going to want to see Ain't nobody trying. If we're playing for absolutely nothing, and it's going to be the bench players playing or reserve. I don't want to use bench. I want to give some respect. Reserve players that are going to be playing this game majority. They're like, ain't nobody going to show up to this game. So we want to sell out that last game. But you're going to sell the last game out regardless. It's the last time these Bills are going to play in this stadium. It's going to be packed. You could have chose. Hey, missed opportunity. That's all I'm going to say. Missed opportunity. Whoever was in charge of deciding when these helmets were going to be worn. I got to say, it's a missed opportunity. You missed the opportunity. You missed the boat. You missed the boat, whoever you are. You missed the boat. King Cam, what up, King? Says, yo, I think the Bills changed their mind after the backlash from fans after the no red helmet leak. I don't know what they did, but they panicked. Week 18, give it to them. Week 18. Who knows? But I mean, listen, it's just a helmet for crying out loud. The decal guy, the helmet guy, is like he'll gladly rip off and put on a new thing and decal up. He'll gladly do that. Nah, they dropped the ball, bro. They dropped the ball. I'm sorry, Biz Mafia. They dropped the ball on these mid helmets. I'm just saying. My man Richie says, yo, the script is in. You know, week 18, we'll decide the number 1 seed. Hey, if that's what it is and the red helmets is what does it, or the red helmets is what doesn't, who knows? Some people might not like the red helmets because they carry some bad memories, maybe. Some really great memories. Don't get me wrong, but maybe some bad memories. If you catch my drift, some bad memories. Maybe bad memories, they just don't want any part of that. And maybe that's why they've said, you know what, never again. Maybe it was a vow. There was a vow to never bring the red helmets back again. And we broke the vow. And maybe that's what we need to get over the hump. Breaking of the vow and bringing back the red helmets. Talk about script. Talk about a script right there. Right there it is for you. My man, Signify says, yo, Rico, you're not a Sabres fan. The obvious to a normal person isn't obvious to Terry. Okay. Alternate jerseys are licensed to print money, but Terry Pegula is who hired a hotel manager to run hockey. Listen, I don't know too much about how Terry Pegula runs hockey, but I know that who he has in place running the Bills, he's been doing a damn good job. So I'm gonna keep it at that. My man, Dog 20. Dog, man, 45 months. Yo, let me go show my dog. 45 months. You know what I'm saying? Do my dog 26. Yo, wear the crown. That's the helmet I want to see. Yellow, red, blue. Whatever. Wear the effing crown. Listen. The ultimate crown is raising that damn Lombardi. That's the crown. You know what I'm talking about. That's the crown. Anyway, so red helmets. Y'all let me know if it's are you here for it? Are you in the camp of who cares? Win football games. I don't care anything about no damn red helmets. Just win football games. Are you in that camp? Because I know a lot of people that don't give a rat's A about helmets. Just win games. And you have people that are saying, hey, man, you guys are so corny. Like, just win games. Of course they're going to win games, but why not bring some nostalgia back to the Bills? And these red helmets do it. It brings a memory back, right? You know, sometimes when there's something you haven't eaten in a long time and you go back to your old hometown and, man, I used to eat this when I was a kid, and that taste brings you back, or a smell. Like I live in Nova Scotia, right? And there's sometimes we'll go out of town, we'll go back to Ottawa, Ontario somewhere, and then we'll come back home. I hate when they say that. We'll come back home and you smell the ocean, because we're right on the ocean. We're right on the island. You smell the ocean, like, back home. It just reminds me of, so maybe these red helmets, that's what they do for people. They remind them of, remember when we used to, remember that time when you puked when, all the time when the red helmets were around. So you can sense that there's some love that it may trigger in some people, some memories, right? And my man Bill I Am, he says it, man. I'm a Mafia since 1990. There you go. I was born in 84. So 1990. I was old enough, but I wasn't old enough to really appreciate those early 90s Bills. You got to go back to kind of really appreciate that type of stuff. You feel me? So it is what it is. It is what it is. So red helmets are back. Week 18. we're gonna have to wait a whole season before we get to see them jerseys and by those helmets. And by the time that week 18 comes around, are you going to be as hyped to see the red helmets? And that's my thing. That's my thing. Are we going to be excited by the time week 18 comes around? It's a long season. Are you going to be excited? Or by the time week 18 comes around, are we going to be in the position that we're so stressed about? Are we gonna get that number 1 seed? We need that number 1 seed. Is it locked away where now we can really sit back and enjoy the red helmets because we know the game doesn't matter? Does the game matter? Who cares about the red helmets? There's a lot that comes into play in that. A lot that comes into play. Koala Bear Khan, what up, man? He goes, red helmets, 2000s, dark blue jerseys. I don't know about those dark blue jerseys. I have one. But those dark blue jerseys are something, man. There's something about it. Anyway, so that being said, red helmets are in, but you got to wait till week 18. You got to wait till week 18. All right, folks, let me move on to the next topic so we can get cracking here. So we got that out the way. The Bills, there's a lot of buzz happening about it. You love to see it. And why not? That's just the way we want to see things, man. Get a buzz going. We're going to St. John Fisher. Camp begins tomorrow. So is there anything you're looking forward to seeing in camp? I know we've talked about it all off season at length, right? But now it's here. Now it's here. Everyone is relatively healthy, and it's time to, you know what I'm saying? Time to stack up. Time to stack plays together. Time to stack days together, and time to stack moments. You want to stack moments in this training camp, right? Because you want to be remembered. Let me take you back a little bit, right? So when I was playing ball back in my day, and I remember when I went to trial. It was a tryout for playing for Team Canada for juniors, and you have to stand out. I was one of the smaller backs, but I was a speed back, right? So I needed to stand out. I needed to create a moment. I need to stack plays. I needed to do those things to make this team. The stacks were against me, right? I'm from Ottawa. Nobody really knows about this guy, and a lot of these Montreal Cats and the guys from out west were, big names. Your boy made plays after play and made moments, which made the coaches say, yo, who is that guy? Let him get more time. And the more time you get, when coaches request for you to have more time, that's a good thing. And if they request more time, you better make something of the time, because time is of the essence. I'll tell you right now. If you remember the Denzel movie, when he strapped up that dude and was about to blow him up, and the guy's like, wait, I need more time. And Denzel was like, listen, I can't believe I forgot the line. I used to say it all the time. I wish you had more time, or something of that nature. But you've got to take advantage of your moments, the time on the field, and you got to rock it. The question is, who is going to take full advantage of that? So day one kicks off tomorrow morning, I believe at 9:45. Is it 9:45 for the Bills? So they've got a lot of things to take care of. There's a lot of players that've got a lot of things to handle. So what is happening? So we got rid of, I'm going through my notes right now. So what I wanted to get into was our MVP, Josh Allen. Josh Allen is coming back from an MVP season. And I'm going to tell you something. There's something about returning from a previous season that you had success, you had accolades, you had hardware to show for it. You come back with a renewed sense, a renewed purpose, right? And I'll give you back another example. So after playing with Team Canada, we had good success, but we got mollywopped by the U.S. team. We beat them in the quarterfinals. So we thought our chest was pumped out and we were ready to roll. And then once we played a final full field game against these boys, they mollywopped us. However, experience was great. All right. So that experience and all that stuff and that season that I had with my city team, I took it back to the next year. And my confidence was as high as ever. And I had a tremendous season that year as well, right? So this is where Josh can come in and say, all right, I understand it now. You know what I'm saying? Like that, my man, lethal shooter. You know what I mean? So he messes up the one time, he goes, okay, I understand it now. Josh Allen, he's been known to turn the ball over again. Turn the ball over again. Turn the ball over here. There was a season he had over 15 turnovers. So he had to make a decision to stop turning the mother effing ball over. And he did. He made such a stride, took such a stride, that it seems as though he's figured it out. Not to become sugar high Josh Allen. So now he became the lethal shooter. He goes, okay, I understand it now. I know when I hold on to the ball and I'm not being reckless, I give my team success. And heck, I give myself success. I was able to do all those things, rush for double-digit rushing touchdowns, have another year of 40-plus touchdowns. I understand it now. Let's keep it rolling. So it's going to be big for Josh coming in. He's going to be coming up with very high expectations. And this is where things can get really, really good. Because Josh is coming with high expectations, because Josh is coming off a fantastic year, he's going to have expectations from his teammates. More specifically, looking at his offensive line. Y'all did a bang-up job last year. You guys kept me clean for the most of the year. I was one of the least hit quarterbacks and the least sacked quarters because y'all were covering my behind. We got to run it back again. That's number one. Number two, where my receivers at? Okay, y'all saw what I did last year, right? Let's step up. Hey, Josh Palmer, you know what time it is. We paid you. You know why you're here. Keon, I see what you've been doing all camp. Let's get that money on, man. Let's get that money. Khalil Shakir, you got paid this week. You got paid this year, right? This offseason? All right. Let's build off of that 70 receptions, 800 yards. Let's build off of that. Oh, Elijah Moore. X Factor. Could you be? Your back could be against the wall a little bit. You got Curtis Samuel that's going to be trying to build on something. Laviska Shenault's got a little something to say. Caden Prather's going to be out there. Tyrell Shavers is like, yo, I think this might be the year. Bro, there's a lot of competition going in this receiver room. You got to build the chemistry as soon as possible with Josh Allen. Because if you don't, you can see yourself on the sideline. Keon is already getting there. He ain't getting off that field. Josh Palmer, we've seen and heard good things thus far when it comes to mini camp and all those little things that have been taking place. So build the chemistry with your boy Josh, because all eyes are going to be on how he's going to be building his relationships. And I didn't even get into Dalton Kincaid. I didn't even get into Dalton Kincaid because if anybody had pressure on them, and I say pressure, and it may not necessarily be pressure, and maybe he's putting pressure on himself. But I'll use pressure for the sake of using the word pressure. If anybody had pressure on the offensive side of the football, based on where he was drafted, based on the expectations, based on what he did his rookie year, based on how the last year ended, Dalton Kincaid has a lot to show. Dalton Kincaid has a lot to prove to himself, to Josh, to Brandon Beane, because Brandon Beane challenged him. Kincaid has a lot to prove. And brother, let me tell you something. If Kincaid stays healthy and you get a glimpse of what he did his rookie year with the experience tag behind it, look out for a guy like Dalton Kincaid. Maybe we were a year too soon saying he was going to break out last year. Maybe this is the year that he absolutely breaks out. And if he does, you're looking at a Pro Bowl tight end. You're looking at a Pro Bowl tight end. He is capable of giving you Pro Bowl ability, Pro Bowl. He could be a Pro Bowl tight end. Got to stay healthy. That experience is behind you, and you were challenged by your GM. What more do you need? You got a quarterback that had a fantastic year. He could have lit it up even more. And I know you're feeling bad about the last game, and you had to get, the veteran safety Micah Hyde to, own it. Well, guess what? You have a whole year to own it. And it starts in camp. Has to start in camp. Because if Kincaid is a mismatch problem, buddy, that's dangerous. That is absolutely dangerous. Dalton Kincaid has a grand opportunity this year. Whether you want to call it pressure, whether you want to call it his opportunity, whether you want to call it this is his moment, whatever you want to call it, has to get it done. Has to get it done. And some folks are done with Kincaid. They say, I've seen enough. My man Papa Bill's like, I'm done with Kincaid. He's just a Justin Watson clone. Golly, really? Harsh. Harsh. But I'm going to tell you this. He stays healthy. And that experience, the game slowing down, he can be what we thought he was going to be, what Sam Laporta was to Jared Goff with the Lions. Sam Laporta, his first year was absolutely money. So we can get that from Kincaid. Sometimes it takes some guys a little longer to thrive. Maybe he does get that. So chemistry, building that chemistry with Josh Allen is going to be of utmost importance, but it's not just that. You've got to make moments. So who is going to make their moment? And that to me is what it's going to come down to. So I'm looking at Keon Coleman's way. He's already begun. He's already on that ladder to success. He just has to keep that up in camp. Has to absolutely keep that up in camp. He showed the flashes. The flashes were there in OTAs. The flashes were there in minicamp. He's got to show up. He's got to. Khalil Shakir got paid. You've got to now earn the money they paid you. You got to. A lot of the key players got paid. Now you got to prove it. To me, I'm looking at Khalil Shakir. When I look at Khalil Shakir, let me take a little sip of this water real quick. I like Khalil. I think we all, as Bills Mafia, like Khalil Shakir and what he has the potential to bring to the team. We've seen it. We've seen him excel. We've seen him make big plays for Josh Allen. That one catch, I will say, against the Chiefs in the playoffs where we lost, where Josh is scrambling, trying to buy time, and he rolls to the left sideline and puts it on the money. Khalil Shakir comes back and heads for the sideline and catches that football. That was a tough throw. A tough throw. Rolling to your left and trying to hit a receiver on the dime, and Khalil does his job and comes back and catches that. Clutch. But now we need more of that. And it's tough for me to say because I just mentioned Keon Coleman. I just mentioned Dalton Kincaid. Sometimes who becomes the alpha? I think that's the real question I'm asking. Who becomes the alpha? Last year, there was none. It was everybody eats. But is there going to be someone out of this group that says, I think I want a little bit a bigger portion on my plate? I know everybody eats, with all due respect, but I want more on my plate. So the question is, who in the F is going to be the one that does and steps up and does that? Is it Kincaid? Is it going to be the newcomer in Josh Palmer? Is it going to be the second-year player in Keon Coleman that's had a fantastic offseason thus far? Is it a dark horse that's going to come up and come out of nowhere and say, you know what? I'll take the reins. I'll take it from here. Somebody's got to step up. I mean, I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. It's cute. It's cute with this everybody eats. But when you need someone to step up, i.e. playoff game, where Josh has got the ball in his hands and he's looking for guys to do their job, and he's got nothing. That's a problem. Now, I'm not going to blame it all on Josh, but I know the ball's in Josh's hands. You got to make plays happen. You got to do what you got to do. But these guys got to step up and help, because that was a grand opportunity for the Bills to march down the field on the Chiefs to send them packing for us to go to the damn Super Bowl. We didn't get the job done. It's that simple. We didn't get the job done because we couldn't get open. Josh wasn't seeing anything. It just didn't work out. So somebody has to step up this year, this training camp, to show that I am the top dog. When Stephon Diggs came in, although we knew what he was, he established himself as the top dog. And he never relinquished it. So which one of y'all is going to step up? One of y'all got to be an alpha. One of y'all got to be an alpha. So who's going to take over? Who's going to take over? And that's what we're going to be waiting for this training camp. Training camp is about guys that take the time to take advantage of their opportunities and establish yourself and build and stack on moments. It's all about moments, man. You gotta make these coaches remember you and remember what you did. I got a question coming in from a man, Signified Knows. What up, Sig? He goes, yo, honest question. Do you think we realistically beat the Eagles had we made the Super Bowl? I've had that question asked to me before, and I say no. I think we would have gave them a better match than what the Chiefs did, because I think our O-line would have done pretty decent against the Eagles. But the Eagles were nice, man. They were nice. I can't even hate. They were nice, and I'm a being realist. I'm gonna say, oh, the Bills would have beat. I think we would have given a way better shot than what the Chiefs did. But I don't know, man. They got two lockdown corners that are just dogs. You had solid safety play, great linebacker play, and the defensive front was nasty as ever. What would have saved us and what would have given us an opportunity was our O-line and James Cook running the football. So, I mean, we would have given them a better chance, but I think overall, we would have lost. That's just my opinion. I think we would have lost, but I think it would have been a little closer than what the Chiefs did. The Chiefs didn't. They just got beat. They got handled. And there was nothing they could do about it. Simple as that. All right, let's move on to next topic here, because we're talking about Josh coming back, and who needs to step up and who's going to have to step up. It's going to be one of the receivers. The receivers have got to show what can be done. And what I'm looking forward to seeing, I'm going to say this one more time. What I'm looking forward to seeing is, and it's going to be tough because we were the number one scoring offense, regular season and playoffs. To duplicate that is going to be tough. To put up 30 points again in the second year, back to back, is going to be tough. But we have all the pieces in place. So we're going to need to be as potent as possible on the offensive side of the ball. And we got to keep that up. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it all shakes out. But it all shakes out by having the chemistry with Josh. And what I love about this whole situation is we've got a lot of players coming back. O-line intact. Running back intact. Right? We got all running backs coming back, ready to go. James Cook contract year. He said, damn all of that. I see what's at stake here. If I play the game, if I show up and be a good boy and do what I'm supposed to do, I'll get what I'm owed. That's the thought. Bean says that's probably what he's going to end up doing in the first place. But what has to happen, and I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. You ran for 16 rushing touchdowns last year, 18 total. First time you've done it since you've gone into the league. The most touchdowns you've ever had was you've had less than seven rushing touchdowns. So it's not the norm for you to score 16 rushing touchdowns. So if I'm GM, I'm like, I need to see it again. Show me how consistent you are. If you don't get 16, I'm cool with that. Give me 10. Give me 1,000 yards, and we'll talk. You want 15? Show me 15. Show me 16 rushing touchdowns again. Show me 1,400 yards rushing. Who knows? But Bean needs to see it. Bean needs to see it. So James Cook showing up to camp is a great look. Now let's get that money on. Let's get that money. And by money, let's play hard. Let's continue to do what we've been doing. You have the same quarterback coming back. You have the same offensive coordinator coming back. You have the same quarterback coming back. Yo, you should be able to do that shit again. You need to do it again. That's what it comes down to, man. So that's why I'm looking at this offense saying, bro, we have the potential to do it again, to be that offense that puts up 30 points a game. We do. We absolutely do. So this year's a big one. This year's a big one. My man Ethan says, yo, AFC East standings, Dolphins number 1, Patriots 2, Jets 3, Bills 4. Go Dolphins. Dolphins fans. Gotta love them. Gotta love them. I don't know what the heck they did this offseason. Honestly. Like when I look at the corners that they have over there, you lost Jalen Ramsey. You brought in Minkah Fitzpatrick. Bro, you ain't got it, bro. You ain't got it. You ain't got it. Yeah, you go. Yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you guys Thursday night. That's all I'm gonna say. We'll see you guys Thursday night. All right. Let's keep it pushing here, people. Let's keep pushing. All right. So we talked about Josh, chemistry with the receivers, Keon, and everybody. All right. So let's get to it. The position battles. There are some position battles that we got to pay attention to, people. Okay. There are some position battles that we've got to pay attention to. And if we're being honest and we're looking at where things are going to stand out, where the key position battles are, I got to go look at the cornerback room. Let's look at the cornerback room. Tre'Davious White has an opportunity, folks. It's a steep hill. But Tre'Davious White returning to Buffalo in a familiar defense with familiar faces running the defense, him getting his legs back, could we see the same Trey that we once saw just a few years ago? All pro Trey White, right? I hate to break it to you, I don't think we are. I know I built it up like it was going to be, could we see? I don't think we are. However, what a great cornerback 3 to have. Think about it. Last year, Christian Benford, Rasul Douglas, Kaiir Elam. Okay, let's fast forward to this year. Christian Benford, Max Hairston, first-round draft pick, Trey White. I'll take Hairston over Rasul, no question, and I'll absolutely take Trey White over Kaiir Elam, no question. So we're better off this year in the defensive backfield than we were last year, hands down. And I didn't even get into Jordan. Didn't even get into Hancock. I didn't even get into my man's Strong. Bro, that cornerback room is light and day ahead of last year's cornerback room. Night and day. So here I am talking about Trey White. Will he have an opportunity to compete for the cornerback 2 spot? I hope he does. I hope they do make a competition. I don't want to just hand the position to Max Hairston, although he's, for me, penciled in as a starter. Instincts, speed, game. He's got the ability to make a game-changing play because he has the ability to recover with his speed, something Rasul Douglas did not have. Something Kaiir Elam, if he had the speed, but just up here, he didn't have it. In here, he didn't have it here. At least in Buffalo. What he does in Dallas, we shall see. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's an absolute opportunity for Trey White to really show out and be a solid cornerback 3. And cornerback 3s will get on the field. And let's not forget, we got Taron Johnson and Cam Lewis. Bro, I love what this roster looks like right now. I like it. I like it a lot. So that cornerback 2 position is going to be quite interesting. Signify Nose comes in and says, hey, you don't want that. The only actual starting job on the line in camp is cornerback 2 between Trey White and Hairston. And if Hairston can't beat out Trey White, we have a serious problem. Or Trey White, just his experience is great. He's got his legs underneath him, and he has this comeback season that you would have never expected. Now, is that likely? No. I got to be realistic at the same time. Is that likely? No. I mean, he's a little older. You know what I mean? He's above 30. And he's coming off of two big time serious injuries. So this is almost like let me just finish my career in Buffalo and call it a day. Maybe the next couple of years. Who knows how that all shakes out. But he does have an opportunity nonetheless. Like I said, stack days, stack plays, stack moments. And if you can find a way to do all three, 2 of 3, you've given yourself a chance. Dane Jackson is also going to be competing to get in there too. So maybe Trey White simply doesn't have it. Maybe he just does not have it. And Dane Jackson looks refreshed and ready to go. I ain't mad at it because at one point we had Dane Jackson on the squad. The only problem we had with Dane Jackson was that brother never could turn his head around. Turn your mother effing head around and maybe you got to play on the ball. He was always a step or two too late. And that was the challenge. That was his problem. So has he fixed the issues? We shall soon see. We shall soon see. So I'm looking at that cornerback room as one of the biggest position of battles that I'm going to be watching. Let's keep it on the defensive side. We've talked about this before. Let's talk about it again. Safety. Taylor Rapp has safety one position, a strong safety wrapped up. That's his. Now it becomes what Cole Bishop decides to do. Damar Hamlin has some he has some say in this situation. Derek Forrest will be vying for a spot opposite of Taylor Rapp. How does this all shake out? This is why I love training camp. Because now, although I'm your teammate, I don't know you. I don't know you. I'm trying to make my money, number one, and I'm trying to make this squad. They come in hand in hand. Cole, I love you, man. We're locker mates, but when we're on that field, I don't. I know we play the same positions. I'm not going up against you, but I am. I'm taking mental reps. I'm taking the physical reps. I'm getting physical. I'm showing that I'm in my playbook. I'm showing it all. I want to be, when I'm in the film room, I'm answering coach. I know exactly where I'm supposed to be. I don't know you. That's true competition. That is absolutely true competition. I don't know you because I want that position. And once, you know what I'm saying, once that list goes up, those corny, in teenage movies or where everyone's trying to make the football team or trying to make there's a play and you went for the lead role, and then in the morning, teacher comes up, pins the list on the board, and everybody's like, did I make it? Did I make it? Did I make it? Yo, Cole, DeMar, Derek Forrest, they're going to be looking to see, okay, where am I? Where am I on that list? Who am I battling? Am I going from corner? Am I going from safety 2 to safety 3, or am I going to be safety 2? Am I going to be starting safety next to Taylor Rapp? That's what it comes down to. Cole Bishop, had he been healthy, would have been the guy next to Taylor Rapp last year. Poor guy got hurt. Damar Hamlin, when I cringed, I was like, oh, shit, Damar Hamlin. Damar Hamlin had surprisingly a solid year. He wasn't a liability as much as I thought he was going to be. He had some moments, don't get me wrong, but he really played well in that playoff game. Was it against the Chiefs? Or was it the Ravens? The Ravens game. He had a solid game against the Ravens. You can't even take that. You can't take that away from him. But penciled in as the starter should be Cole Bishop. Now, who's the sleeper? Derek Forrest. Don't sleep on Derek. Nobody should sleep on Derek Forrest because all it was is that he didn't have his opportunity with the Commanders. They had their 2 guys. They had their 2 guys, and there wasn't room for them. Sorry, bro. We just don't have the room for you, bro. So he has an opportunity to come in and make some noise here. He has an opportunity to come in and make some noise. And it's not like we're not interchangeable. We've seen where Cole Bishop was on the field last year, Taylor Rapp was on the field, and so was Damar Hamlin. We've seen it. They move around. So how this all shakes out of who vies for that spot, we're about to find out this training camp. We got to. Are you where you're supposed to be? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? All of the above. You've got to be that. Stack your plays, stack your moments, and stack your opportunities, man. You got to do it. You got to do it. Let's keep it rolling. So, cornerback, we know. Trey White, Dane Jackson, Hairston. I don't want to sleep on Dorian Strong either. I do not want to sleep on that player, man. But right now, we got to let this play out. Maybe he comes in and we just can't get enough of hearing about the rookie making some noise. So this is going to be fun. That's why I love training camp, man. Training camp, this is when you start to see guys are like, the beat writers are writing about, man, if you saw Maxwell Harrison, man, he looked good, man. He was fluid. He was, you know what I mean, breaking on the ball. He was this, that, third. He is light years ahead of everybody else. So that's what you're going to hear. All of a sudden, day 2, man, Tre'Davious White stepped up today. It was his day today. Oh, we might have it closer than you think. And then you got yourself a battle. Oh, I love it. Oh, love it. I'm getting pumped up. And I hope I'm getting you guys pumped up for this training camp that's going to be taking place. So if you guys are going to training camp, listen, man, drop some nuggets, man. Take some pictures, send it my way. Tell me what you see. Tell me what's going down. You know what I'm saying? And then we can share it because I can pretty much tell you I will be back on tomorrow. If not with my man Z-Bot. Z-Bot might even jump on because he might jump in the morning while I'm at work. So it might be one of us. It might be 2 of us together. Who knows how we'll play it out. So Cole Bishop has a grand opportunity to stay healthy. You're going into your second year. Sophomore year, show us what you got. Show us what you got. All right, let's keep pushing. Defensive line. Yo, I love my girl Laura. Laura, shout out to my girl Laura, man. I feel you. You get hyped up, girl. Am I hyping you up? Because you're showing me some love that you're getting hyped up. That's what I want to hear, girl. That's what I want to see. All right, let me keep rolling. I got a little bit of a cold here. Defensive front. And I bring the defensive front up because it's a player. It's very fascinating. It's a player that I've said that you can see this brother on the chopping block, and it wouldn't be surprised. And I think the team saves $5 million if this player is on the chopping block. On the flip side, this player can use a lot of what has transpired in the offseason as a great motivation. And that player I'm talking about is Daquan Jones. I've said in the same breath, bro, this guy can be cut because we brought in Sanders. We brought in Walker. You got Dwayne Carter that's vying to play the one tech. I mean, you've got some players. We got some defensive front on the squad, right? Larry Gajobi when he returns. Ed Oliver on the squad. So and I feel like I'm missing another player, but we've got some defensive interior linemen. Here's the deal. Daquan Jones is probably looking at this like, all right, y'all may look at me like that I'm the old man, which I am, okay? But I'm a veteran in this game. I've been doing this a long time. And if I stay healthy and I do what I'm supposed to do, bruh, Dwayne Carter, Deion Walker, all them TJ Sanders cats, that just motivates a guy like Daquan Jones to say, I ain't ready to give up my position just yet. If you want this position next to me and Ed Oliver, you're going to have to really outshine me. You can't, because if Daquan Jones allows a player to play just as good as Daquan Jones, where they're hand in hand the same, bye, because I got younger and I'm getting the same production in practice. So you have to outplay Daquan Jones. And that's where the competition begins. Because listen, it's kill or be killed at the end of the day. And Daquan ain't ready to just give up his position just yet. I don't care how young you are. I will mentor as much as I can along the way, but I ain't let you take my spot. I love this game too much for you to take my spot just yet. And Daquan was still an effective player last year. He was still an effective player. So this guy has a grand opportunity to really do it. But in the same breath, if he allows these guys to sneak in and start getting some shine and taking advantage of the time on the field, making plays, right, and making moments over a guy like Daquan Jones, bro, I could see the team saying, all right, it's been real. You got to go. So this is an intriguing position battle because it's not going against one in particular player per se, Maybe Dwayne Carter is the one that's going to be pushing him, but I need to see a lot out of Dwayne Carter before I start saying take over DaQuan Jones, because I don't know if I see it. TJ Sanders, second round draft pick, I'm looking forward to see what he does, how disruptive he becomes. And then you got Deion Walker that could have been a first round draft pick if he committed for the draft the year prior. Bro, we might have something, man. We might have something. So this defense could be problematic in the trenches. Absolutely could be problematic in the trenches. So looking forward to completely seeing that. All right. Let me keep it rolling, and then I gotta get out of here. Okay. Rookie signings. Obviously, all our rookies are signed. TJ Sanders officially signed his deal. So the second rounder, excuse me, has officially inked and will be reporting the camp. So we love all of that. So every one of our rookies, inked and signed and ready to go. So that's big news that we love to hear. Nobody's holding out. It's really unfortunate because you got the Bengals still dealing with this Shamar Stewart situation, and that it's dragged on long enough. At this point, I'm looking at this like, okay, clearly these guys are changing the contract and so on and so forth. And I thought it had something to do with off-field issues. It's nothing to do with off-field issues from what I understand. It's just about they just want to change things up and et cetera, et cetera. Don't listen. At the end of the day, it's not like you're giving in, but like, fam, you've got so much more of your career ahead of you. You have an opportunity. Don't give up on that. Don't let the money get in the way. If the money is meant for you, it's going to come your way. It's going to come your way. If it's meant for you, it's going to come your way. It's going to find you. But you pinching for a couple dollars here and there. I don't know how much it is, but if you pinch for a couple dollars here and there, I mean, if you nice like that, it's going to come to you. And if it doesn't come from them, it'll come from somebody else. But if you have to go back into the draft next year and, I don't know, God forbid something happens to you, it's over with. At this point, man, just sign that shit and get into camp. Sign it and get into camp, man. Golly. Anyway, that's just my take on that. Let me take a little pause break and get into my last one. James Cook shows up for camp. We love that. Some were speculating, at least I'll say some myself, speculating that maybe he just says, I'll come to mini camp. I'll come to OTAs. I'll come to all those things. Training camp? No, I ain't doing it. But he is showing up. He is present. Now, what he decides to do in camp, we'll see. But if you did everything in mandatories, why wouldn't you do anything in training camp? I think he's going to be playing. I think he's going to do what he needs to do. And I think he has a healthy season, and we roll. So kudos to James Cook. I'm proud of him. He says, you know what? Team first, and we're going to get it cracking. And that's exactly what he took place. That's what he took care of. So a couple more things. Let's not forget Hard Knocks, ladies and gentlemen. Hard Knocks. Did we forget that the Bills have been appointed to be the team that Hard Knocks cameras will be following through training camp? Well, it's happening, folks. All right. So we got obviously the red helmets is going to be a topic of conversation, I'm sure. But for the first time ever, man, the Bills are going to be featured on the Hard Knocks. And August 5th is when, it's going to premiere and all that good stuff. So they're going to get Josh. They're going to get, McDermott and his fiery speeches. And they're going to try to create some internal battles happening. Who knows what battles are going to focus on? Are they going to focus on, certain players are dealing with certain things? Who are they going to deal with? Are they going to talk? I mean, Damar Hamlin's story is done and played out. I can't see it them focus on Damar. So there's always one storyline, in camp where Hard Knocks will pay attention to, a guy that's on the cusp of making the team. So is it going to be focused on, I don't know, a rookie, Caden Prather? Is it going to be on James Cook's rookie, his contract situation? Who do you guys think it's going to be? I'm actually curious. Who is going to be the focal point, other than Josh Allen, obviously, but the focal point on what Hard Knocks pays attention to? Because it's always the one player, that the undrafted player. Or maybe they're going to be on Buffalo Joe going into his second year. Could it be the guy? Is it going to be Elijah Moore? He's bounced around a couple times. I mean, he's got it. Is it Ed Oliver, the rise of Ed Oliver, right? Does Ed Oliver show up and he's that guy? I'm actually really curious to see what it's going to look like on the HBO special and who they're gonna go after. Could it be our long snapper, Reed Ferguson? Right? So many things that we could pay attention to and see how it all shakes out. But I'm actually really excited about the Bills being on Hard Knocks. At first, I didn't care for it. I was like, it is what it is. But it's nice to have your team be the focal point, right? We've been a successful team consistently the last 6 years. So let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. And we got one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback in the game right now. We have a team that's locked in, and we have a grand opportunity. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. All right. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, camp starts tomorrow, man. July 23rd, St. John Fisher. So if you're going to be there, and if you're taking any pictures or you see anything, tag myself, tag Zbot, tag the Buffalo Fanatics Twitter page or Instagram page, whatever you guys see. Send us what you see. Send us what's going down, and we'll try to cover it tomorrow because we're going to be covering camp and we're going to be talking about storylines. If not tomorrow, we'll definitely be here on Friday. But we definitely want to get things cracking here. All these battles that are going to be taking place, man. I'm absolutely looking forward to it. So that is my time, ladies and gentlemen. Did I miss anything? If there's something that I missed and you guys want me to chat on, this is the opportunity to jump in and let me know. If not, man, here it is. I got my man, Dog 26. He goes, yo, motivation exactly. Who got that dog in him? Eagles beat the ish down the Chiefs' legs because it was a dog mentality. So he's talking about if the Bills were to play the Eagles, how would it all play out had it not been the Chiefs? And I thought that the Bills would have given them a good match, but I think they would have eventually lost the game. So my man Dog is saying that's motivation. It is actually motivation. So we want to see what these Bills look like because the Eagles actually really did take care of the Chiefs badly. It was a beatdown. I mean, a couple garbage touchdowns, garbage stats to make it somewhat look close, but nah, it was a beatdown right from the start. So my man says, yo, it was just nasty. So all that starts right now. The motivation, the ready to prep for the season starts right now. That's what I'll be looking for. So my man, he's going to be looking for all of that. My man, Dog 26, man, 45 months as a contributor. Folks, we are about to get into the season. If you have not become a member of the Buffalo Fanatics, it's very simple. SupportBF.com. We're going to have all that there. Join and become a member. We have revamped what we're going to be doing, so you don't want to miss it. So get in now because we got some perks that are be coming your way. I think we're going to be doing a fantasy league with members fantasy. So I think Pierre is going to be in there. I got to try to jump in there if I can. You know what I mean? So if you want to be part of it, you got to become a member. And we have some membership perks that'll be going out. So we revamped a few things. So if that's something that interests you, if you're a fantasy dog and you think you got it like that, join and become a member. And we're going to try to get ourselves a couple leagues, if not one, maybe a couple leagues going. So that'll be fun. That'll absolutely be fun. So if you guys enjoyed this show, do me a favor. I'm trying to bring that energy. I'm trying to get back to it, crack at it, and show me some love, man. Hit that like, smash that like, and let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, Thursday Night Football. Yours truly and Zbot will be in Buffalo. We will be there for the game. We'll be there maybe a couple days early. We might even do our own thing and see if we can gather a couple people. I don't know what we're going to do. Zbot and I got to chat. We got to figure some things out. So we're going to get it cracking, and we'll let you know what takes place, but it's going to be down. We're going to be in Buffalo. We're going to do it up. I'm looking forward to meeting a whole lot of y'all. If I do get to see you, even better. If not, maybe next time. So, folks, that's my time. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'll most likely be seeing you tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll probably be on Friday for sure. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get it cracking, man. Now we're in the thick of things, right? We're in the thick of things. Training camp is upon us. We're in the thick of things now. We're going to get this thing cracking. By the way, how saddened for those that are in my age group or older, my guy, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Oh, I'm still feeling it. I'm still feeling that. For those that don't know, I'm talking about, man, Theo Huxtable, a.k.a. obviously Malcolm Jamal Warner, tragically passed, man. That is my greatest fear, is to drown in water. And that's why my black ass don't go near water. I don't touch it. It is scary. But it is sad, man. I grew up watching the Cosby Show. That was my show. I still watch it to this day. That is my favorite all-time show. No, you could 40 years from now, it's still gonna be funny. Oh man, that one hurts. I'll tell you right now, man. I wept and I cried like a baby when my guy Kobe passed. I think we all did. A lot of us did. This one was a tough one. This one was absolutely a tough one, man. 54, bro. 54 years old, man. 54. And 54 back in the day and 54 now, it's, to me, it's still young. Maybe I'm acting like that because I'm 40 and it's only, you know, a decade and change over me, but that's sad, man. He had a young daughter. It's just tragic. That life is fragile, man. It's fragile. It's absolutely fragile. So, you know what I'm saying? The good Lord is returning soon. So give your heart to the good Lord, man, because it is listen, life goes like that. Life goes like that. So it's crazy, sad, but it is what it is. And so I will see you guys tomorrow. If I don't see you guys Thursday night, I'll probably get my guy Z-Bot to jump on that because it's gonna be my daughter's 12th birthday, so we're celebrating. So you might not see me. You gotta, more life. You know what I mean? Life goes tragically with some folks, and then you got to celebrate it with your kids, right? So my daughter turns 12. My youngest daughter, she'll turn 12. So I'm gonna be celebrating on Thursday. So hopefully I get to see you guys tomorrow, talk about some camp and get it cracking, and we go from there. All right, folks, that's my time. Smash that like before you get out of here. Do me that favor, smash that like. If you have not shared it, share it to your socials, all that good stuff. If there was a part that you liked in this show, clip it, tag me, put it in on any social media platform, and we'll get it racked. We'll get it racked up. We'll post it on there, and we'll get it cracking. So, folks, that's my time. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of here. It's the Buffalo Fanatics. It's
Buffalo
the Rico
Fanatics.
Report. I'm just getting warmed up, man. I'm getting warmed up, getting back on the mic and on the pod. And my man Z-Bot and I, we're going to be cracking it again, man. So, folks, have yourself a fantastic evening. We'll catch you guys again. And until next time, it's your boy. It's the Buffalo Fanatics. It's the Rico Report. And we'll catch you guys soon. Peace.
I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic, just like Rico, going live talking to my people, cause the team's driven like West Her. Other teams can't, it's a repo. The opponents gotta call up Triple O. Bills Mafia, we heating up, we too electrical. We got Bean the Plug, electric show. We wired up, hit up Rico, he fired up. We know where we stand on the power ranking. Other teams fans in the comments hating, we block them all. We protecting Josh. Salute to him, he the general now. Rico got legends for interviews. How the Buffalo Bills got the best fan base. Away games, red, white, blue in the crowd. Hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic.